Kids church. Kids church. Kids church.
Katie's going to teach you a lesson that you'll never forget.
On a Sunday morning.
Morning! How exciting! It's Sunday morning and we're in our house, and some of you have probably got your PJs on and some of you probably just got out of bed, but that's okay because we're not at church, so that's absolutely fine. Could you imagine we all just rocked up in church in our pyjamas? I think that would be hilarious. So, what is happening this morning? Not lots happening this morning, but still some things are happening, because in order for lots to happen, I need your help. I need you to help me make this kids' church online the best it could be. So, there's a few boring things that I have to talk to you about, but it's really, really important that you listen right now. Are you listening? Are you ready? Okay, so before every Sunday morning at 10:15, I need you to do a few things. I need you, one, to make sure you've got your Bible. If you haven't got a Bible, then really don't worry about it. But if you have, I need your Bible. Number two, I need you to have a pen and some paper, because there's going to be competitions. There's going to be things that you're going to want to enter, because there's going to be prizes. There is going to be loads and loads of cool stuff that I am going to want to give away. And it's going to be sent to you by post, because obviously I can't come and give it to you because we're not really allowed to see each other. So if you win a competition, that will be sent to you through the post. So how can you win? How can you win? What are the competitions going to be? So the competitions are going to be something like this. There's going to be really funny videos. So it could be like the funniest video that you send in of yourself, or if you're doing some funny things with your brothers or sisters or whoever. You can send me in pictures. You can send me in the craft, because we're going to have a craft time where I'm going to show you how to do a really cool craft, and then you can take a picture of it and send it to me. We're going to do really just really funny things like guess where Katie is. So guess where I'm going to be. I'm going to just take a picture of myself somewhere, and you're going to have to guess where I am. And you're going to have to text that in, and whoever has texted that in first will be the winner. Going to be loads of things that you can get involved in too. So we're going to have memory verses for you to learn, which I want you to video yourself and memorizing them, and then you can win prizes. Bible stories and people in the Bible that have been stuck, and how God has actually helped them and got them unstuck and out of trouble. Speakers doing those different stories, so you're not just going to get my face all the time, because that could be very boring, seeing my face all the time. We're going to have a bit of a gardening section, which we're going to do a little bit of plant potting. Does that make sense? Plant potting, plants. We're going to do a bit of gardening. We're going to be doing a bit of baking, because there's somebody in my kids team that loves to bake, and actually there's a few people in my kids team that love to bake. So I'm really hoping that they're going to come and put a little video clip on of how to bake. So if you are not part of Extreme, and if you are not part of Sunday school, or the kids at the lane, that is absolutely fine, because this is for you guys too. Because I think people are going to kind of catch on to the fact that kids' church at the lane is going to be pretty cool. So everybody's going to want to geg in, and everybody's going to want to see what is happening. So if you are not a part of Long Lane Church, you are so welcome on here. So hi. And I think some of you might be from Booker Avenue, because my daughter Tiggy and Nancy go to Booker Avenue, and I know some of their friends want to be on here as well. And there might be people from Worcester that I know, some of my nieces and nephews that might want to geg in too, and lots of other people, so and other kids. So please join us. Send me loads of things, send me videos of you, because I'd love to show them. So then story time with Katy. This is a little bit weird that I'm not in Sunday school class, and obviously we've been doing very old school, which is very exciting with the felt board, but usually I have helpers. But what am I going to do? I don't really want to lean over and do it myself, so I'm just trying to think, who can I ask? Wonder if one of my girls will be able to come and help me. So I'm just going to shout if Nancy's around. Nance!
Yeah?
Can you just come and help me? Is that all right? Look at that. Come on then, jump on the table. You never use your loud on the table. You're going to jump on the table, great. So, today's story is taken from Exodus. And you can find, if you've got your Bible, I'll give you a few seconds to get your Bible ready. And it is Exodus 14. And Exodus is in the very, very start of your Bible. And it goes Genesis, Exodus. So it's really, really easy to find. And we're going to be talking about how the Israelites fled out of Egypt. It's a very exciting story, and it's about actually how the Israelites felt really trapped. And that's obviously our theme for over the few weeks, is talking about how in the Bible there are situations where people have felt trapped or stuck, and we're going to see actually how God got them out of that. So then, are we ready, Nance?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? Yeah? Great. So, in the land of Goshen, the people were very, very excited because Pharaoh had agreed to let them all go. So all the Israelites in Egypt were all slaves, and Pharaoh had an idea to let them all go. So they were very, very excited at this. So thousands, really quickly, just in case he changed his mind, thousands fled and filed out of Egypt really, really quickly. So, Nance, we need lots of people on this board. Doing a good job there. Very good job. Should almost need a little bit of music. Do, 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 do. We're going to have some more people? Because there was thousands, remember, Nance? Thousands. Lots of people. Loads of people. She's looking at me going, what do you mean? Loads of people. Loads of people. Put them all up.
These?
Yes.
Okay, can you start?
No, come on, put them all up.
No, sorry.
I know, I'm going to work hard this morning. You ready? Oh, let's put some more up. Now, do you think they brought animals with them? I think they brought animals with them. I think they brought a few animals. Is there any animals on there? Any animals on there, Nance? Oh, yeah, a few animals. Great. So, they started to flee. And then something really, really strange happened. A cloud appeared, but not any normal cloud, but this very random cloud. It was very yellow and golden, and a cloud that actually they've never really seen before. So there was a nice cloud that appeared. Is there a cloud up there? Oh, look at that, nice cloud. Now these people were just thinking, well, what is this cloud? We've never seen this cloud before. But Moses, let's have a little Moses. There's Moses there. There you go. Put it on there. Great. Moses was a great man of God, and God would talk to Moses all of the time. We don't need that little stick just yet, Nance, but well done. She's all prepared. And Moses told the people that the cloud is God, and God will lead his people all the way to Canaan. But something was brewing back in Egypt. So the pharaohs actually realised his mistake and realised that, oh my goodness, I've let all of my slaves go. I've let them go, and he's made a horrible, horrible mistake. And he's pacing and he's thinking, well, who's going to finish off my temples? And who's going to build all of my beautiful gold statues if I have no slaves? So he quickly got the finest army together. He got over 600 fastest chariots so they can catch these Israelites up. So they were ready to leave, and Pharaoh wanted the army to leave straight away. End of scene 1. Scene 2. So then, what is going to happen to the Israelites? So the Israelites are approaching the Red Sea. Right then, Nance, can you pop all the Israelites on the by the Red Sea, please? You just chuck them, that's it. So as Nancy's popping all the Israelites on the edge of the Red Sea, I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. So as they were approaching the Red Sea, they heard this rumbling noise in the distance, and all of a sudden they realised that it was the Egyptian army, and Pharaoh had changed his mind, and he was coming for the slaves because he wanted to take them back to Egypt. So could you imagine, they had the Egyptian army behind them, and then they had the Red Sea in front of them. They were absolutely trapped. And all of a sudden, they went into absolute panic mode, and they were shouting at Moses, and they were going, Moses, why have you brought us out here to die? Why have you brought us out here to die? What are we going to do? We've got the sea in front of us and the army behind us. We are totally and utterly trapped. They were wailing, they were crying, it was absolute mayhem. They completely forgot that God had brought them out of Egypt. They completely forgot what God had done for them before, but Moses didn't. And Moses, in a really calm voice, just said, don't be afraid. Moses said to the people, God is going to do the most wonderful thing today. You are going to see how God is going to rescue you today. And God told Moses to tell the people to march forward. And as he was marching forward, God also told Moses to lift up his arm and with his rod over the waters. Something amazing happened. Nancy, have you got the rod? And as Moses lifted that rod, the sea just started to rumble, and it started to make all of these noises, really loud noises, and all of a sudden the sea parted, and all of a sudden you could see the river bed. Wow, how amazing would that have been? How scary as well. And what also was really, really cool about this is the cloud. So let's put the cloud that was always up there, because obviously the cloud is God. And what happened was the cloud was so bright, and it was so bright over the Israelites, so they knew what they were doing, because it was at night time, so they had to follow that cloud because it was so bright. But also the cloud was over the Egyptians, but God made the cloud really, really dark, so it was really hard for the Egyptians to see what they were doing. So they really quickly gathered their things, they gathered their families, they gathered their tents and their animals, and they all went across the river. Well done, Nance. And they were hurrying, and it took them all night long. And the Pharaoh was seeing this. The Pharaoh was seeing that the slaves were getting away. So he was shouting, come on, quick, get them. So they were really quick, and they decided to really, really go for it. So as they started following when they started getting across the river, all the chariots' wheels started falling apart. All the horses started to stop moving, even though they were going, come on, come on. God was stopping them from getting to the Israelites. And then God told Moses to lift up his hand again, lift up that rod again. And another amazing thing happened. The sea just came crashing down on the top of the Egyptians. God saved his people. What a cool, cool story of how the Israelites felt trapped, but actually God saved them. And if we trust God, if we try not to worry about things, and at the moment you might be worrying about little things, but if you try not to worry about things, it's not gonna, it's gonna make God really, really happy. But also God will really help you in these times. And all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask God to help you not worry about things this week. Right then, that's the story, and I will see you next week, or I won't see you next week. We might have a special guest coming to tell the story, but thank you, Nancy. She was brilliant, and I will see you next week.